Have you ever noticed how people fear the very creatures they barely understand? For years, it has been treated like a symbol of danger, something people avoid, something people kill without hesitation. But what if the truth is the complete opposite? What if this tiny creature has quietly been controlling pests, protecting ecosystems, or maintaining balance around your home this entire time, while humans kept calling it a threat? Because sometimes the most feared creatures are not the real danger. Sometimes the real danger is how easily fear spreads faster than truth. So what is the really hiding? And why have humans misunderstood it for so long? But before we can understand the truth about Daddy Longlegs, we need to confront the first misconception. Because the name Daddy Longlegs is not describing just one creature. It is being used for two completely different species. One is the harvestman, a strange arachnid often found beneath logs, inside gardens, and across damp forest floors. It has no venom, no silk glands, no ability to build webs. And despite its spider-like appearance, it is not even a true spider. The other is the cellar spider, the thin-legged creature commonly hanging in dark corners of basements, ceilings, and abandoned rooms. This one is a true spider. And somehow, over time, humans merged both creatures into a single terrifying myth. So what is the real nature of Daddy Longlegs? Is it truly a hidden danger lurking inside human homes? Or is it simply another misunderstood survivor quietly carrying out a role most people never notice? Because once you separate myth from biology, the entire story begins to change. So, what does this long-legged creature actually do once the lights go out? At first glance, it looks weak, almost fragile. Its tiny body hangs motionless in silence, while those impossibly thin legs stretch across dark corners like strands of wire. But the deeper you look, the stranger the reality becomes. Because inside basements, ceilings, gardens, and forgotten spaces, these arachnids are constantly hunting. The cellar spider does not overpower prey through strength. It controls chaos. The moment an insect brushes against the web, the hunter begins vibrating the entire structure at incredible speed. The silk turns into confusion. Every direction feels unstable. Every movement becomes a trap. And while the victim struggles to orient itself, the predator closes in with terrifying precision. Even more surprisingly, these web dwellers are known to invade the nests of other spiders. Not to hide, not to escape, to hunt. Venomous species, aggressive hunters, even black widows in some cases. No dramatic chase, no unnecessary movement, only patience, timing, and absolute efficiency. So what kind of nature allows such a delicate creature to survive in environments filled with larger predators? Survival for Daddy Longlegs is built on caution rather than aggression. Harvestmen, for example, often gather together in enormous clusters across rocks, tree trunks, and abandoned structures. Thousands of thin legs overlapping in silence like a living shadow. Scientists believe this unusual behavior helps them preserve moisture, regulate temperature, and reduce exposure to predators. And when danger finally approaches, they rarely attack. Some freeze completely. Some retreat into darkness. Others release foul-smelling defensive chemicals that force birds, frogs, and insects to back away. Not every survivor dominates through violence. Some endure through restraint. But perhaps the most unusual part of their existence lies in reproduction, because the life cycle of these creatures is far more complex than most people realize. After mating, female harvestmen carefully place eggs deep inside damp soil, beneath bark, or within hidden cracks protected from heat and predators. Weeks later, tiny translucent offspring emerge into the world already resembling miniature adults. No dramatic transformation, no cocoon, no metamorphosis, just a silent continuation of survival. And from the moment they hatch, their greatest defense is invisibility. So what makes these creatures truly remarkable? Their legs may be the answer. Those impossibly long limbs are not just for movement. They function almost like sensory antennas, capable of detecting vibrations, humidity, airflow, and nearby motion long before danger arrives. Some species can even sacrifice a leg to escape an attack. And astonishingly, the detached limb continues twitching violently on the ground, distracting predators while the animal disappears into darkness. But maybe their most important ability has nothing to do with survival at all. Maybe it is the role they quietly play inside the human world. Because both harvestmen and cellar spiders help control populations of flies, mosquitoes, mites, small insects, and even more dangerous spiders hiding inside homes. No chemical spray reaches hidden corners as consistently as they do. No artificial trap patrols ceilings and basements as naturally as they do. And no extermination method restores ecological balance as silently as they do. Outside, these scavengers recycle decaying organic matter back into the ecosystem. Inside, these silent hunters reduce pest populations night after night without humans ever noticing. And yet, people still fear them. Maybe because humans instinctively distrust what they do not understand. The legs look unnatural. The movement feels unsettling. The silence creates suspicion. But nature has always hidden its most important workers in places most people refuse to look. And perhaps that is the real story of Daddy Longlegs. Not a monster hiding in the shadows, but a misunderstood survivor quietly maintaining balance around us every single night. So how can you tell if Daddy Longlegs is still living quietly around your home? The signs are often subtle. A thin, irregular web stretched across the upper corner of a basement. Long, delicate legs hanging motionless beneath a ceiling light. Small vibrations in the web late at night when insects begin gathering near windows. Unlike abandoned spider webs that slowly collect heavy dust and remain completely still, active shelter sites usually appear cleaner, slightly repaired, and almost alive under close observation. And outside the home, harvestmen often reveal themselves in damp gardens, beneath flower pots, under old wood, or clustered together along shaded walls after sunset. But when those signs disappear, the environment can begin to change as well. Fewer natural predators, more flies, more mosquitoes, more hidden pest activity spreading silently through dark spaces humans rarely inspect. Because whether we notice them or not, these long-legged survivors are constantly moving through the unseen world around us. Hunting, cleaning, balancing, surviving. And perhaps that is the strangest realization of all. For years, people looked at Daddy Longlegs and saw danger. But the deeper we look, the more we discover a quiet creature simply trying to maintain balance inside a world that fears what it does not understand. So now I want to ask you something. After learning the true nature of Daddy Longlegs, do you still see this creature the same way? Do you think these silent hunters genuinely affect human life more than most people realize? And if one were already hiding somewhere inside your home tonight, would you even notice the signs? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the hidden world living quietly beside us every night, don't forget to subscribe for more cinematic wildlife stories. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.